I was going to start the podcast totally differently, but I noticed your nails. I stopped wearing nail polish.
Oh.
Are you a no nail polish person?
No, I do nothing.
You do nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Forever and ever?
Forever and ever.
I mean, I guess as a goalie, you're not really.
No, and you know what the biggest issue for me is? I never wore lotion as a player.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can't.
Because it would make my gloves slimy.
Butterfingers.
Yeah, so I am used to like snake skin dry like hands, and my partner hates it. She was like, we need to oil those cuticles. We need to you need lotion. You need lotion. And I'm like, I hate it.
That is really funny.
I hate it. I don't touch my hands.
So being a goalie completely fascinates me because you have this vantage point of the field and the team that nobody else does. You are alone a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. It's definitely the highest pressure position. Is that something that you were drawn to?
I think it's interesting. I played with boys growing up. I played on all boys teams. That was baseball, that was basketball, that was soccer. And it got to a point where I really was an angry little kid. And I felt like the only way I could hold my own a lot was like I was a little asshole. Like I would fight. I would like slide tackle boys, like double both my feet. I'm like, or I'd like scissor both of their legs. I would do crazy stuff to show I belonged. Like it was my bossy way to say, they would always make fun of me. Like, oh, you're a girl on your team. And I'm like, well, watch this, you asshole. Mm-hmm. And I would get a lot of, do you want to stop? Someone just knocked.
Yeah, that is really weird. Hi. I'm Danielle. What's your name?
Eva with iHeart PR.
Oh, amazing. Okay, no problem. It's all good.
So, I loved the game so much, and I felt so disrespected because I played with boys and I was always made fun of, that I started to foul people so often and get a lot of like yellow and red cards. My coach was like, you're a liability, we're gonna put you in goal. Because like you can get away with that kind of stuff back there. And also like, as I got older, the boys were a little bit faster than me, so I was like always on the ground, always leaving my feet. And my coach was like, you know what, you were born for this position, we're gonna put you in it. And I loved it.
You liked being alone, or you liked the pressure?
I just liked being able to get away with whatever I wanted. Like I could do anything, I was left alone. I didn't have to run all over the place. I loved it.
When you were playing on the women's team, did you, like when you're a goalie, you can have 10 saves and you let one through and you're the villain of the game.
Oh yeah.
Does that play a role into your mental health, or is it just like, no?
They always say the best athletes have short-term memory.
Really?
Yeah. You have to.
They say that about journalists too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Look at us just using the same little cute little tactics. You know, the thing is, the hardest part for a goalkeeper is we're not perfect. None of us are perfect, and we don't get to touch the ball very often. Mm-hmm. So I had this like really bullish personality and like had this crazy ego in my head that I was like really good. So I like really enjoyed the pressure. I don't know. I never thought of it like, I can see people who get so nervous and they make really costly mistakes, and then one mistake turns into 10. Mm-hmm. And I kind of just have this like personality where I'm like, I'm not curing fucking cancer. Like if I make a mistake and a goal goes in, my life will go on. My children will still be at home. Yeah. I still have this beautiful family. Like I always just had a different perspective on life. Mm-hmm. Soccer was just what I did. It wasn't who I was. I never spoke about soccer outside of like my life. I just had a really rich, beautiful, like full of substance lifestyle that I never took my job so seriously. So I never put that much pressure on myself.
Do you know how rare that is? For an elite athlete?
Maybe I'm a unicorn. I don't know. I just never felt like, here's another thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you this, especially as someone who's like been on camera and you've done this for a long time. I think preparation for me always made me confident and not nervous. I think the only time I'm ever nervous,
Yes.
especially in life, the way I show up, if I'm doing a fucking test or if I'm doing like the SATs, I'm only nervous if I'm not prepared. Period. So I'm never not prepared in soccer.
Do you feel that way in life though now?
I do. Like if I show up to an interview and I'm not prepared,
Yeah.
I'm a little more nervous.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, I know my shit, I'm good, I don't have to like question anything, I'm just natural.
I love hearing you talk about that because as an outsider, you look like you move through the world with ease. And I think the people that do that actually work really hard behind the scenes, but we don't ever really get to see that. So I think it's cool to hear you talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also like a total basket case and I'm such an emo and empath and everything hurts my feelings. So it's like, I told you, I have a lot of personalities.
You take everything personally.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I could have 700, like, I'm just like everyone else. Like, I could have 700 nice comments on a post and one is like really mean. And I'm like, oh, that just ruined my day. Thanks.
Well, the women's team fought for equal pay like it was a World Cup final.
Yeah.
Were you taking it personally? Did you take that fight personally?
I think we understood the magnitude. I think we were also just tired of being treated like shit. I think you get to a point where you're just like, wow, this is really how you view us and how much we show up and how much we win and how much we sell out, you know, stadiums and how little we get paid for it and how little we complain about it. We just got to the point where like, this is never gonna change unless we really double down and do it as a team, and it's gonna be painful, but we like had such a team that had the right personalities that honestly just didn't give a shit. Like we were like, well, let's risk it all, because what are they gonna do, fire all of us? Then who's gonna go win the World Cup? So I think we also had this really crazy ego type of team vibe where we were like, what's the worst thing that can happen?
To do it all together is powerful because if one or two people come
Yeah.
out, it's too easy to dismiss them.
Yeah, and I think once we had that conversation as a team, everyone was like, you know, you're stronger in numbers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone knew we were being mistreated. We're still underpaid. It's not like we've made all these crazy gains. Like everyone's talking. Caitlin Clark is still making $84,000 a year.
Yeah.
And making $25 million outside of sport. It's like Babe Ruth in 1930 made more than $80,000. So what progress are we really talking about? I think social, like, I think sometimes equity in sports is really, really hard to talk about, period. And I don't think we're anywhere close where we need to be.
Yeah.
Equality in sport, like, we should all have a level playing field, period.
Yeah.
Like,
well, to me, your fight was particularly interesting because I don't agree, but I think you can make a case for the WNBA that not as many people show up. It's not making as much money as the men's teams. You were winning more than the men's team.
Yep.
Tons of people were coming to your games. Like, there was really no refuting what you guys were talking about.
Numbers don't lie. Well, also, like, the men made more money just to show up and lose, which was like put that in perspective.
That says so much about our culture.
Like, I was like, oh. And we were with the U.S. team more. We trained more than the men because we used to have like residencies, and I spent more time training with that team than I did my club team. That never happens with the men's game. So we were investing and pouring so much more time. Like, we played a lot more games. Yeah, and we were like, well, where the hell is all this money going?
Years later, is there something that you feel like we as the public didn't understand about that fight? Were you guys dealing with crazy stuff behind the scenes? Like, were
Oh my
people
God.
talking to you crazy?
Oh my God. We like, you know, we started sacrificing our ticket sales to go towards lawyer fees. We sacrificed a lot. Like, it was messy. We said no to a bunch of like behind the scenes docuseries and movies and all of these things because all it was bringing more attention to the federation, more money in their pockets and not ours.
Yeah.
So we turned down a lot of things, which it's also money. So I do think people don't understand the cost and the time that had to be poured into doing that. I think we didn't realize the magnitude of how big it was going to get.
Yeah.
I mean, it was everywhere. And we were also like partying and doing ticker tape parades and chants were going on in the middle of the World Cup. Like, it got wild. At one point, and I remember in the World Cup in 2019, we had to completely shut down a hotel. Like, there was one point where me and Megan Rapinoe tried to go get coffee, or I don't remember if it was like Indian food or something, and we got chased. We had to run. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Are we okay? Like, this is serious.
Wow.
They had to like frost the first floor of the hotel. Like, I mean, it was wild.
Did it feel like a win to you?
It felt like a win that people started to pay attention, and then people started to be like, oh, well, my industry deals with this too. Like,
Yeah.
let's jump on board. And then we started teaming up with Time's Up with like entertainers in Hollywood, and it just became huge.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool that that's part of your legacy. Like, not everybody gets to stand for something. And the fact that all of you guys decided to do it, it's just, I get chills. It's like pretty miraculous.
We have really smart women on our
Yeah.
team. Like, we have some of the smartest people out there.
You played with Hope Solo for 10 years,
Yeah.
right? So I love Carrie Champion. I saw you on her
Yes.
podcast. It was a great conversation.
Thank you.
And you were talking to her about how Hope had like a very different style than you did, in terms of like showing up every day. She kind of stayed to herself,
Yeah.
it sounded like, and you were like more gregarious and more part of the team.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to have co-hosts, and when we have different styles and we show up and it's so vastly different,
Yeah.
it's hard for me. Like, I start to feel like, because I'm a friendly girl. So if I show up and my co-host isn't friendly, I'm like, what is wrong with her?
Yeah.
What happens when you two are such prominent people on the team and come from such different ideas of what team means and how to lead?
Yeah, I think that my biggest thing that I had a really big issue with, like, as I was behind her for a very long time, is there was one thing I wasn't willing to like compromise, and that was how I showed up in the world and how I moved. And like, if you don't like the way like I am, then like unsubscribe. Like, I'm not gonna change. And what I loved about her too is like, she showed up exactly who she was. And I think the difference between when I was playing and it was like the early, I think it was like 2009, 2010, every coach was like, you have to be more like Hope Solo. Well, I don't want to fucking be Hope Solo.
Coaches said that
Oh,
to
yeah,
you?
yeah.
That's so offensive.
You need to be this. You need to, like, you like how I trained. They were like building the next Hope Solo. And I'm like, I just want to fucking be Ashlyn Harris. I don't want to be Hope Solo. And I'm not going to sell my soul to the devil and try to like be this blend of what you expect. And it's not even about being uncoachable. It's just something I wasn't willing to lose. Like, I think in our industry, whether it's sports or entertainment, you have to never, like, I am the same little Grom who grew up in Satellite Beach, Cocoa Beach, Florida, dropping in on a half pipe. Like, I just never wanted to lose sight of who I was, where I came from. And I think for a very long time, coaches kept being like, you got to fit this mold, you got to act this way. And what I love most about Emma Hayes, when she came in as now the new coach and won the Olympics, she was on Good Morning America, and she said, my job is to allow them to be exactly who they are. And that maybe is the secret sauce, because I think for so long with the national team, there's such rich history of such successful people. It's like, you got to be like this. You got to be like Abby Wambach. You got to be like Brandi Chastain. Well, no, Megan Rapinoe is Megan Rapinoe. You are not going to change her. So you might as well let her bring her full self to the picture, and let's like find a balance of good chemistry that is going to make us electric on the field, but not compromise who we are.
So I love sports movies, and I watch these coaches, like Coach Carter, tough on the players, but very inspiring, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend who plays basketball, and he was telling me that growing up, most of his coaches were pretty toxic.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Really?
I just, listen.
I'm shocked.
It's a softer culture. We are in a place where things are easier for the younger generation, and that's okay, because I'm sure the older group, when I got on the scene, a lot of these women were used to bringing their own water, bringing their own soccer balls, moving goals on and off. Like, when I got there was equipment men like doing this, and laundry dudes doing this, and people, they're just fucking everywhere. We didn't have to do anything, which made my life easier. I just had to focus on my performance. So like, I get it. But this younger generation, the work ethic is different. It is just a different mentality. It's a different entitlement. And this is just the evolution of what we do to make life easier for every generation. And we can't like be pissed and disgruntled about it. Like, the way I was raised was a really in-your-face type of coaching, and the kind of get on the line and run suicides and until you throw up, and life is hard, and suck it up and rub dirt on it. It was just a different culture, and like, kids don't respond to that anymore. Like, that's abuse, or that's like targeting, or that's like.
But as somebody who takes no, thank you.
Okay.
It's okay. As somebody who takes everything personally, like you said, were you ever upset by them, or do you feel like it made you a better player?
I think the key for a successful player is having to learn your environment. Every coach is different. Every team is different. Every personality is different. And you like take in pieces here and there. Like, I've had so much information, so many great mentors, so many great coaches, so many great people around me who have lifted me and made me better. And then, you kind of take what you think is going to serve you well as a human, or, hey, I really like that, or I don't like that, or it's like, at the end of the day, it's up to me,
So I grew up playing only solo sports.
Okay, love this.
No, it's horrible. When I hopefully have kids one day, I want them to play team sports. So I have a lot of curiosities around this.
Love this.
I'm obsessed with great teams. There's this book called Dream Teams, and the author is this guy, Shane Snow, and he breaks down like great teams over the course of history and what that secret sauce is. It's different for all of them.
Okay, so like, what is the secret sauce?
So that's my question for you. What do you think? I mean, you've been playing a team sport your entire life, and I'm sure you've been on teams that didn't have great camaraderie and teams that just had that thing.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what it is?
I think with the U.S. team, and I say this often, we are machines. Like, the U.S. women's national team, we don't have the option for second place. It doesn't exist. Like, to us, it's like a participation award. Like, I don't even know what that's like, but the expectation is winning at all cost.
Yeah.
Like, you sacrifice yourself, your family, your own wants and needs for the greater good of that team. And that's what it takes to be a champion.
Yeah.
And we understood it. We knew that no one was cheating the system. When people weren't watching, we were doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
We trained harder than we just didn't cut corners, and we knew what it took to win. And we would never be settled with anything less than that. And it was this like competitive spirit that we had this mentality, and we say this often. We could have been down 3-0 in a game, and at halftime we walk in and we're like, we're gonna win this thing. I'm not stressed. Are you stressed? You really think we were not gonna score one goal this entire game? Like, we just had that kind of mentality that had been instilled in us for so long, that we always expected and thought we would win.
Do you try and instill that in your kids? Because that's so powerful. Like, I think if half of achieving anything is just believing you can.
Yeah.
And that's a very rare thing for, like, all the talk about imposter syndrome, all this stuff in our culture nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people need that.
Yeah, I do. I think, but here's the difference. Like, we did the work, right? Like, people say that, well, I want to do this and I want this, but it's like, what are you willing to risk it all at all cost to go for it?
Right.
And not many people feel like they give themselves permission to do that. So yeah, we're like, and listen, that's a whole nother topic. I think there are great qualities that served us as professional athletes and absolutely hinder us as normal moving people in the world. I have a lot of unlearning to do.
I've heard you talk about this.
Yeah, I absolutely.
Why do you want to unlearn?
Because I have a certain expectation. I only know what it's like to live at the top, and the air is very thin. And I choose to be exceptional every single day. Like, it is literally a choice. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I don't know what it's like just to choose to be average. Like, I don't fuck with average people. They make me uncomfortable. I don't like to be in the same rooms, in the same spaces. I think,
like, it's contagious.
it's just, yeah, I don't know. But it's also not everyone moves in the world the way I do, and I have to be able to be okay with that. Like, think about it. I had the most exceptional 23 players in the world, because it's not just the US. I had the best team in the world. We were the best team in the world. Everything I did and how I moved every day was the most exceptional people. So I don't understand how to be amongst people who just are like, you know what, I'm fucking good. I just want to like show up, do my 9 to 5 and leave.
But do you really want to understand that?
I do, because I think as you become a business person and you start running businesses and you start building and you start being in rooms, that not everyone moves and shows up the way I do, and that's okay. And I have to learn, like, still how to get the best of people who maybe don't know how to choose greatness just yet, or they don't see themselves that way just yet.
I really like that. I have a low tolerance for it as well, so I'm actually kind of learning from you in this moment.
Yeah, and I like, that's the thing. That's where, like, your ego kind of, I have to leave it at the door. Like, I had this insane ego that I could accomplish everything and anything I put my mind to, and it was really simple. I just did the work no one else was willing to do. And if one door shut, I always found a different path. I think in life there's 2 types of people. When you see a speed bump, do you go around it because you don't want to hit the bumps?
Yeah.
I'm fucking charging that thing. I'm catching air, girl. I'm like in it. So I just think I also have to check my ego and say not everyone has to be and live up to the standards that I place on myself. And that could be a huge turnoff for a lot of people.
I have a question about hard work versus talent.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this last night because I really love Doechii. I feel like she's like our generation's Missy Elliott in some ways. And it's just, it oozes out of her. Like I don't know how hard she works. She seems like she works hard, but she has just this natural talent.
Yeah.
Somebody like Jennifer Lopez, I used to work at Entertainment Tonight, and I would stay and listen to interviews late. And she always talked about how she was like, and she said it herself, I'm not the most talented singer, but I work harder than everybody else. She's gotten pretty far too. There's hard work, and then there's just like natural talent. Does there have to be a combination
Oh my God.
of both to be?
At the highest level of whatever profession you do, everyone's talented. Like,
But do you see players that just
everyone.
like ooze it? Like you're like, oh my God, how do they like running that fast is just so easy to them.
Well, that's what I love. I say this all the time. You know, we throw around the term potential in sports. Potential just means you're not worth shit now. Like you have to, like, potential means nothing. Like, yeah, we all have potential, but like, what are you willing to do to get there?
Right.
Are you willing to do the shit no one else is willing to do? Do you cut corners? Do you expect other people to do things for you? Like, I don't know. I was just a kid that was like, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to do it my way. And I'm going to, while everyone's sleeping, I'm working hard. Like, I literally never questioned how hard I was working. And that, I think, is what kept me so driven and at the top. I always felt like someone was chasing me.
Were they?
I don't know. I mean, felt like it, you know? It's just like, we're so replaceable. Like everyone's talented at the top. It is so easy to be replaced. So it's like, what do you bring to the table that maybe is a different piece of the pie that's going to make the entire group move and function better as a collective? Like, that's the secret sauce.
How's post-soccer life? Is it more joyful?
Yeah, I think joy is a hard word for me. I think I'm learning. Joy is a practiced art for me. I feel much calmer, and I feel more at home in suffering and pain, because that is the unlearning I will have to do as a professional athlete. I don't run out to training and I'm like, I'm gonna have a joyful day. No, I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna fucking suffer today, and it's gonna be hard. And once I feel like I'm about to hit that brick wall, I have to go through it, right? And it's like, I went to North Carolina, I went to Carolina, I won 3 national championships. My coach, Anson Dorrance, was one of the most incredible humans I have ever got the pleasure to be around for an extended period of time. And he would always say, during fitness day, you'll pass out before you die. So feel okay that when you feel like you're gonna die, you'll pass out before that happens. And it's like, we would run until we were emptying, like we were peeing ourselves and we were throwing up. And it's like, that's just, wow. That's what sports, that's what we show these kids, what it takes. No pain, no gain, you know, all the stupid shit we say.
Yeah.
So yeah, we find more. If I could sit in a dark hole, I feel it. I feel as calm as fucking you would believe. It's wild.
Is your family like that? Is that like a learned thing, or is it just it?
No, like even my partner now, she's like, I can't work out with you. You're unbearable. And I'm like, oh, why? Because your ability to want to suffer. And then like it's almost like you punish yourself. Like, I'm not going to a gym to work out to just be like, oh, I don't want to be able to sit on the toilet the next day. Like,
Always?
Yeah.
You can't just take a little Pilates class.
No. Do not play me in ping pong. Do not. I am a liability.
Wait, you're so competitive in everything?
No, I can't do anything with my friends.
I love people like you.
Yeah. No. Like,
Like you were good at badminton in school.
I think I'm better than everyone at anything. That is my problem. And I am so cuckoos. Like in New York, everyone walks fast.
Yeah.
I'm not a fast walker. From sunny Cocoa Beach, Florida, surfer girl, just always like, when people are walking faster than me or trying to go upstairs faster than me, I will fucking run. I'm nuts.
On the streets of
Yes,
New York,
I will
even if
beat
you
you.
don't need to
No.
rush.
No, I will beat you. How dare you walk past me?
Their legs are longer and you're still gonna run.
I am a competitor. It's awful.
So you announced your retirement in 2022 and you said soccer wasn't enough. I think that's a pretty big statement for somebody to say. When I interview people that are at the elite level of anything, it many times is their life. Like
Yeah.
it is enough. It fed everything that they were ever running towards.
Yeah.
When did you first feel like something was missing?
Sports for me was a means to an end. Sports, it was my ticket out of my circumstance at home. It was a way to get an education. It was a way to make sure I was able to provide for myself and for my family. And I wanted a better life than what I saw as a kid. So yeah, I don't know. Like I just had a different mindset because sport was such a necessity for me to not become a statistic, to not become a drug addict, to not be fucking around on the streets. Like I
didn't know you grew up like that.
It's not that I grew up like that. I just came from a really it was a tough time. Like my dad was hit by a boat when I was very young, and he could, had to be in the hospital for a very long time and lost his business, and we lost our house, and my parents lost their fucking mind. And it affects, life, things you can't predict or plan. It affects everyone, and everyone's doing the best they can with what's being dealt. But you have young kids who are watching it. And I've had addiction issues, which for me is just unfiltered pain. It really is. Like, my brother's going through it right now, and it's just, and I say this to him all the time, we spoke about this earlier, like we have to do the work. We have to really unpack the things that scar us, and we carry it, a lot in our lives. And I never took soccer too seriously, because for me it was like, great, my family can't pay for an education, great, I'll just get a soccer scholarship. People seem to really think I'm doing something here, and that's just the way I kind of rolled. I was like, this is my ticket out. But
Was it added pressure though? Because
no.
Like, what if you lose your soccer scholarship?
I've dealt with a lot worse things than that. I am one of those people that will always find a way. I think I'm not scared to fail. I don't know. Like, I'm not scared. Like, I've already been on food stamps. I've already been on government money. Like, I've already watched, my dad go bankrupt in the house. Like, I've already seen so much bad that, like, what's the worst that could happen, And I'm lucky enough. I have an education. I valued as an athlete, not building for 4 years of my life, but 40. Like, I really am a creative human. I'm an educated woman. Like, I just have so many assets to contribute to the world that, like, playing a little soccer doesn't define, like, me or the way I parent or the way I show up as a partner. Like, I just love life and I want to live it to the fullest, and I don't take my job so seriously. And I think that is the problem, why you see so many athletes go into like serious addiction issues, and so much of their identity is wrapped up in what they do. I'm like, bro, you're not curing cancer. Like, that would give me stress.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I'm like having to find the COVID vaccine and this epidemic and that, yeah, I'm stressed.
When did you start going to therapy?
Wow, I started therapy very young, when I started acting out, when my parents were going through like a really bad time. I think 15, I started to go to therapy, and then I went into it and I kind of got away from it. Then I went into it in college, got back into it because I was like getting really heavily addicted to Adderall and misusing it. And then, you know, started having kids, and life was wild, had access to every sports psychologist. And then, you know, my life started changing, my marriage started failing, and then that's when everything picked back up. I was like, wow, I have a lot of work to do.
The Adderall did you start taking it because of like the crazy hours that you had, or weight, or what was the impetus?
I think I just loved to party. I loved being out. I mean, I was just taking it all the time. I would go days without sleeping. It was wild. Like, I would take it before fitness. I mean, I felt like I was like gonna give myself a heart attack. But I was, you know, I was crushing it. I was snorting it. It was like, it was so problematic. Then I was like, oh, it makes me skinny. It curbs my appetite. I mean, it was just a toxic time for me, because it was the first time that I started to have my character tested, because I started to get injured. I tore both of my ACLs in college. So I was this like prodigy, 4-time All-American, and, you know, could go to any college I wanted. I was playing for the youth national team, getting invited to play with the full squad, and then boom, one ACL, boom, another ACL. Then I ripped my labrum off of my hip. Then, I mean, just was one thing after another. And I was like, oh, so this is like the reality. Maybe I'm not gonna have the life I imagine. And then I dug into, after I pulled myself out of a really, really dark hole, I like really focused on my academics. And I graduated Carolina with honors, above a 3.5 GPA. Like, I just turned all my focus into my studies.
Did you just go cold turkey one day?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I had to. It got really, really dark.
Yeah.
And then, like, I had to make some serious adjustments, and Anson would have me read books, and I started reading, like, this book called Man Searches for Meaning, and it's literally about suffering and putting it, reframing it, and it changed my life.
Do you feel like you've been through a lot?
I think we all, I mean, that's life. I think we all have a story. I think we all go through a lot of heartache and pain and beautiful moments, and I think that's what creates us. Like, a lot of people are always like, wow, you're so wise. You're so wise. You're so wise the way you show up, the way you, I'm like, I just really lived. I'm 39, but I've lived a hard, long life with like everything and anything in between it. And I just like have a choice every day how I want to show up.
But that's the thing. Not everybody takes the pain and tries to turn something or turn it into something. One of the things that I noticed when I was preparing for this conversation is you are really dedicated to personal growth. Is that a must when you wake up every morning, or is it like, where is that coming from? Do you enjoy teaching people things?
I think that I have a lot of trauma in my life, and I think I have a lot of scars. I have a lot of wounds, and I do not want to project and place that on my children. I think when you become a mom and you're molding young humans, your perspective in life changes a lot. You have to get your shit together because they see and hear everything. And I want to model for them. I just want to give my kids the best tools to be whoever they want to be, but at the core of them, they need to be good people. They have to be good people. Yeah. How they serve their community, how they show up for their friends, like that matters. Like, I'm not asking, when I was a kid, it was like, you want to be a pro soccer player? Like, I'd write that on all my papers. I wanted to be like a police man at the time. That's how police officer, firefighter. Like, I wanted to be all these people. And what I'm actually teaching my children is like, we have rules, and kindness is contagious, kindness is currency. Like, we have words of affirmation, and I want my children to want to be good people,
But all the things you mentioned are people of service.
Yeah.
So that must be a big thing for you.
Yeah, I think there's no coincidence of why I'm such a big activist in my community. I say this often. I'm lucky enough to have won at every level. I don't have one trophy up in my house. I have my gold medals rotting in my closet in a Ziploc bag. Like, that's just not my legacy. What, for it to fucking collect dust on a shelf? Like, I just don't care. Like, and that's why I laugh.
Fucking cool.
But that's why I laugh with you. I'm like, I'm not cool. You want a medal? Cool.
But I'm the same way. I like no pretense.
Yeah.
But where does that come from?
I think for me, it's not. I'm on this pursuit of excellence, not just in my career, but in my life. I want to be the best fucking mom. I want to be the best partner. Yeah. I want to be the best friend. I want to be the best daughter and the best sister. And I get it wrong all the time. But I learn from it, and I grow, and it's uncomfortable, and it's like I stretch myself, and I learn and I learn and I learn, and I dive in. And like, I think that's the beauty of evolving. Like, I want to evolve as a human. I don't want to stay the same. And I work on myself because I'm a reflection of what my children see, and that's in my relationships, how I show up for friends, how I show up for them, how I show up and work my ass off for work. Like, they see it for the first time in me. So I want to be the best version of myself for them.
Your podcast, Wide Open, makes more sense to me now, because I was thinking you could have chosen a lot of different avenues, but you really have something to say and share with the world.
I do. I live life through storytelling, and I find that we are in a really, really bad mental health crisis because of social media, because we're able to portray this bullshit fake life that doesn't exist. Of course, I could, on my social media, I could put every highlight reel to make myself look like I got no problems. But that's just not, like, that's not life. Like, life is full of suffering. Life is full of ups and downs. And like, I'd rather be prepared for it and have the tools. Like, I had this analogy I said the other day, and it fucking came to me out of nowhere, but like I said, if I'm a firefighter running into a fire, I better have all the equipment on, or I'm gonna fucking burn. And that's how I show up for life. I need all the tools, and I need to do all the work, so I'm strapped and ready for whatever is gonna be, whatever life gives me, and it's not always good.
Why'd you name it Wide Open? Wide
Open for me, because of my sport sports background and the context of being
Yeah.
wide open is really like separating yourself from the pack, right? Seizing the opportunity or the moment to execute. But for me, like, I see people. Like, I love storytelling. Like, I will sit, whether it's 3 minutes with you, 30 seconds with you, 3 hours with you, and I'm going to look you in the eyes. I'm going to meet you right where you're at. And if we have to cry together, let's cry together. If we want to laugh, if we want to talk shit, we're going to do it together. And I'm going to meet you right where you are, because I do feel that life is meant to be led with people. And like, what's the best thing we can give? That's like, I just want to give people my time.
I just had this light bulb moment as you were speaking, because I got to meet you at Shine Away originally, and you and Sophia left, and everybody I was with, we had to be there all day. They were like, Ashlyn Harris, Ashlyn Harris. Everyone was like, there was like a thing, like it was a magnetism, and there were a ton of people there that day, and they were left talking about you. And I was thinking to myself, she's really beautiful, she's well dressed, like, is it the vibe? Like, what is it? And it's that. It's because you are present and you see people and you are so there.
Yeah.
And that is the magic.
Yeah. I think it's a gift. I do.
Yeah,
I don't think
I do
it's
too.
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think we all are so unique in the way we show up, and it's like, find your gift.
Yeah.
Soccer was never my fucking gift.
Huh.
It's not my gift to the world.
It was the avenue.
Yeah. It has what I will never forget. It allows me to sit in rooms, to be able to talk about the things I've experienced in life,
Yeah.
and really connect with people on a deep, rich level, because like, that's what life is. Like, I'm not above anyone. I don't have it all right. I'm very open with my children. If I need to cry, I fucking cry in front of my daughter. I'll hold her and I'll cry, and then she'll say, Mama, are you not happy? And I have to explain to her that sometimes it's okay to just let it out. Like, Mama has hard days too. Not a reflection of you. I'm not sad because of you. I'm not sad because of this or that. It's just like, it's an emotional process. I'm just letting it come out of my body. And for me, I don't want to teach my children to be perfect. We're not perfect humans. Like, I want to show them what strong looks like, what bravery looks like, but also like empathy and sadness and all the things that life gives us. Like, I'm not gonna hide it from them.
You've had such a transformative few years. Do you feel like there's a part of you that you're learning to embrace recently? You've always accepted all the things.
You know what? I'm doing a better job protecting my peace. I'm doing a better job of boundaries.
How? There are more headlines about you than ever before.
Well, fair. It doesn't help that I'm dating someone who happens to be clickbait, clearly, for every fucking tabloid. But honestly, I'm happy. I'm so happy. And I am in a position now where I can protect that joy and happiness. And I think it takes a lot of work, because I'm not going to say, I am human and things hurt and things do penetrate.
Yeah.
But I just protect my overall like bubble. Everything has gotten tight and small and intentional. And I think it's okay to make big changes in your life if they bring you joy and they are right for you. And I just have done a lot of I've made a lot of hard decisions to change my life where it wasn't serving me. And now my boundaries are very clear. It's not me being disrespectful or, oh, she just doesn't talk this or that, like, friends come in and out. I think we all need to learn. This is one of the greatest, like, Anson gave me this advice when I was younger, because I was I was into all the fucking things I shouldn't have been into. And he was like, you're an average of like the 5 people you surround yourself. Why do you surround yourself with those kind of people?
Yeah.
Like, find the smartest people in the room, sit with them, be friends with the scientists, be friends with the doctors, like, and it's the truth. It's like, now I'm in a position where I can choose who comes into my space, and I choose wisely.
Yeah.
And I know that like hurts people's feelings, but at the end of the day, like, I am such a giver, and I am in an industry with such takers. Like, I have to protect my peace and energy.
But this is a different sort of tune than I heard a year ago, because that interview with Carrie Champion, you said you didn't like yourself.
No.
And I like almost teared up hearing that, because I can't, but like, because you give so much, I couldn't believe you didn't like the person you were.
Well, I spent a decade creating a life for myself that I thought was meant for me. That wasn't. And I built this beautiful life with these beautiful kids and their mom. And once I got in the walls of it, I was like, I don't belong here. Like, it's
What's
the
that
most,
like?
yeah. I mean, it's the scariest thing to come to realize. It's hard because as women, it's not easy for us to do the brave thing. It's not easy for us to put ourselves first, because we're taught that, like, especially, and this is the unlearning, like, I play a team sport. My shit and struggle can't impact other people, right?
Whoa, great
My
point.
job is to show up and leave my bullshit at the door and give this team what it needs in this moment. Well, come to find out, in therapy, working on myself, it's a really fucking toxic trait, because my problem is I rather lose myself in the process to serve the team, than myself. Of course I hated myself. I didn't even know who I was.
What was the spark for you then?
I don't know if there's necessarily a spark. I think it comes to a point where you are at the end of the rope and you either put it around your neck or you drop it. That's where I was.
You were that unhappy.
Yeah, I was miserable.
I'm so sorry.
So I also wanted more for myself, and I wanted more for my children on what their expectation of love is. Like, how am I, talk about being like, imposter syndrome, or whatever term you want to use. Like, how am I going to try to teach my 4-year-old daughter about being like strong and independent and loving her body and herself and her worth and all these things when I fucking hated myself?
Even though you didn't like yourself, did you love yourself still, or no? Like, did you let things go, like things that make you happy, like eating well and working out? And
yeah, I mean, I was a mess. I looked terrible. I gained weight. I wasn't working out. Like, I wasn't eating healthy. Like, I was using a lot of, like, smoking a lot and just numbing. Just unprocessed pain.
yeah.
And I think in therapy, when I finally heard my therapist say to me, is this the type of relationship you would want for your daughter? I was like, oh, fuck.
I heard Glennon Doyle say that
Yeah.
once, and it knocked me off my chair.
But it's the truth. It really is the truth. Like, so much of who we are as moms is really trying to give the best to our children, but weirdly not willing to give the best and feed ourselves. There's a reason why they're like, put your oxygen mask on first before you help anyone else. And I think for so long I was catering to the needs of everyone around me but my own, and I lost myself in the process.
Well, you lost 2 big parts of your identity at once, even though I know you said you don't put that much stock in soccer. Like, your career and your marriage kind of all unraveled around the same time. Did it feel like you were uncovering parts of yourself in this process, or were you always there and you were just rebuilding?
I don't really know. I don't feel any kind of way like when I walked off the field, you know, when you see people who like really tear up and really like take a moment and have a retirement game. I had another year like on my contract. I just like didn't enjoy it. And like if I'm not enjoying it, that means like I'm not a good energy or light to be around, because I'm not like, if I'm not enjoying it and I'm away from my children, you know, it's not like I made life-changing money. For me, it just like wasn't fun, and it wasn't fun for a long time, and I felt like I had to do it. Like I felt like I got to live this long career and I've got to check all these boxes. And I just didn't have fun. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. And I was tired of fighting. I think that's what people don't realize. I was tired of fighting every day for the most basic shit, like good accommodations, good food. Just like in women's sports, everything is a fight.
Wow.
And at some point, you're just like, this is just taking so much energy, and I'm not enjoying being in the space anymore. I just like, I got to get out.
That's crazy that wore you down.
Oh, I was exhausted. I was just so tired of the BS. I think every team I went to was just like bad hires, bad management, bad this, bad coaches. And I was like, this is just like, I don't get paid enough to deal with this.
I don't know if you'll answer this, but does any part of you want to like do it on your own? Like, would you ever kind of try and build out your own program, or is that?
They always say, what's the funny thing they say? If you're a billionaire and you want to become a millionaire, buy a team. It's like best way to lose money. So I'm good.
Got it. Got it.
And I don't have billions of dollars to piss away. So I think for me right now, I have a lot of healing to do. I think there's no coincidence why so many players step away from the game and don't really come back.
You see that a lot. You're right.
Think about it, right? Think about like Abby Wambach. Think about Lauren Cheney, Holiday now. You know, even look at Megan Rapinoe. Like Alex Morgan is really heavily involved, and you know, always has been in investing money into women's sports. But I think we have to heal and take space to appreciate the pain, the struggle, the sacrifice, the joys, like all of the things in between. It's like a breakup.
Yeah.
It's a process.
It sounds like it the way you're describing it.
It is. And it's like, I got to be really honest. Like, being a female athlete was not easy by any means. Like, it was a fight all the time to just like get what you deserve. It's just this uphill battle that like you can only fight so long before you have to pass it to the next generation and say like, I don't want to lose myself anymore in this process. Like this fight is no longer my fight. I've like checked the boxes, I've done the things, and now it's your turn to take over.
That's part of the protecting your peace that you mentioned. You've gone on record in almost every interview talking about your divorce. I'm so curious about how you decide to talk about it, because I think if I were you, I'd be so nervous about how do I even describe all of this?
I mean, there's, you know, like, I think we all have to heal. Like, I'm an open book, and I heal by like talking about it. And you know, a lot of people go through it. Like, a lot of people, you know, have gone through such pain and making hard decisions and somewhat very selfish decisions. And I don't have anything bad to say. Like, the difference is, I talk about it, but I talk about how great she is. All I want is for her to be happy. Yeah. Just wasn't with me. And that's okay. Like, that is okay. We have two beautiful children
Yeah.
that I am absolutely obsessed with. And they have 2 great moms. And they have 2 very amazing, safe homes where they feel loved. And that is okay too.
I read that you said you didn't want your storm to become your kids to bear. Do you feel like you've sacrificed for them?
I think we all sacrifice for our kids. Like, you know, I that's 100%. But yeah, I had a choice every day when, you know, I felt like it was a success waking up. Like that was enough for me. Like I had to wake up, put both feet on the ground and put one foot in front of the other. And life was really, really hard for me when I made, you know, that decision to leave and move out and start over. And it's a scary, scary decision to make.
Takes a lot of guts,
It
Ashlyn.
does. And people don't talk about it. And people are so quick to judge. People are so quick to think they know someone. You don't know shit until you've walked in my shoes. You don't know what I've gone through.
Yeah.
And the hardest part was, you know, I had to show up for those kids in the hardest season of my life. And my pain could not become theirs. So it really legit was like in a fucking time of complete storm. It's like I was just holding the umbrella up and protecting us. Like I could not let my shitstorm become theirs. Like you talk about this evolution of being a better human and doing the work. Like, yeah, I had to, because I was damaged. I'm still damaged. Like I'm still figuring it out. I'm still doing the work.
Yeah.
And I still get it wrong.
You look glowy though.
Oh, that's
You're glowy doing the work.
That's Charlotte Tilbury makeup, actually. I'm just kidding.
So I ask almost everybody this who is in a partnership that they seem really happy in. Mostly because I don't know that I've ever felt that thing. What does it feel like when you meet your person? Like, how do you know?
Oh, gosh. I don't really know. Everyone is in search and needs something different. Like, we all have such different love languages. I think for me, I just always wanted a certain type of love. And I was like, oh, that shit's only in fairy tales and books. And then when I like really allowed myself to receive the kind, like I had to be worthy enough. I don't necessarily think it's about anyone else. We have to be selfish enough and know ourselves enough to know the things we want and need to move in this life that makes us happy. And I don't know if I knew that in my last relationship, so I always felt like I had to convince someone to love me this way or want me this way or show up for me this way. And I think I constantly was let down because I was never met with that.
So you feel fully seen now, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, but I'm also very clear with the things I want and need. And I don't know if I really knew that in my last relationship. As someone who started this, like, I started dating my ex-wife when I was 26. Like,
But do you feel like it would have gone differently if you had more of a voice? Sometimes I feel like it's just the person, right?
no, yeah. I mean, like, I'm a very, like, affectionate human, and I, like, love the fact that my partner now, literally, if she could crawl in my skin, she would. I just know the things I'm willing to compromise and the things I'm not.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there before. I think we don't ever have to feel trapped in something that doesn't serve us. And I think as women, we get this idea that we've kind of dug this hole. We've got to like sit in it and make our bed.
Yeah.
And I kind of just was like, I have one life to live. I'm on borrowed time. And I just wanted more. And I was I was so scared to say that and acknowledge that because I knew I was going to hurt people along the way. I was going to really hurt people. But do I minimize myself and live a life full of regret and the things I don't preach? Or do I make the hard decision, do the brave thing, and be ready to receive the love I've always imagined? And now this fucking unicorn fell on my lap. You know, there's no coincidence, right? Like,
Oh, you think like the universe showed up for you because you showed the universe you were courageous.
I mean, it's just like the way it all happened, and the friendship groups, and like being open and honest about not being happy. And it was just like wildly timing. Like timing is everything.
Yeah.
And I think when the universe delivers something to you and you're open to receiving it, it's like, yeah, it's like that weird invisible string theory.
Do you ever wish you could put the toothpaste back in the tube at all? Like, do you feel like you're okay talking about things, or do you feel like...
Yeah, I don't have anything to hide. That's the thing. Like, I don't think I am always this perfect human who has made every perfect decision, and like, I am not by any means, and I am learning every day who I am, who I want to be, how I want to show up. And like, I'm on this journey of just trying to be the best parent and the best partner and human I can, all while doing the work and working my tail off. And it's like, at the end of the day, I'm just doing the best I can, and I'm okay with that because I am actually in my body. Like, I'm in my skin. I feel the things I need to feel. I'm not disassociating, which I got so good at based on, again, the unlearning I have to go through as being like a very, very professional player. Like, we all disassociate. Like, we are so good at putting on the like hat to say things are good. Like, I just gotta show up and give my best for my team, no matter if my whole life is crumbling outside this field. Like, we are really good at that.
One of the things that I think is really cool is you both have a real heart of service. Like, advocacy seems so important to both of you. Do you feel like her commitment to advocacy has fueled yours, or you've always been in that space?
Yeah, I've always been a very, very, so she's very political forward in terms of activism, which is like, she's so informative and so, like, she's smart.
No, she's like really good. I was at the Times Women event last week, and a lot of times you would not expect an actor to be the most interesting person on the panel when you have like experts in their fields. She was by far the best.
It's insane. She's the smartest human I know, and it's like so sexy and fun. Because I'm like, you are such a nerd and I'm such a jock. Like, she's a theater baby with asthma. I am this like unhinged, unfiltered, unbuttoned tattoo athlete. Like, we are so different. And it's, we're such empaths. We're such lovers. We're such givers. And she makes me better every day. Like, I'm the luckiest human alive. And I've always been a huge advocate for the queer community, as that's something I'm really proud of, and how I identify. And now I've really been able, she's always, been an ally of the queer community, but now bringing her in as like really a part of it has been so cool for me.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, she was married to a man.
Are there like things that people have to learn?
Well, I mean, fuck, I don't know, but like, all of a sudden she woke up and she's like, well, you know what? I've tried to check all these boxes with all these different situations. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
And like, I'm proud of her for doing that at 42. Like, that's a really brave thing to be like, okay, this is not making me happy. And I've always thought about this, but I was like, never felt like I had a place. And now she's like, you know what? I'm just going to be me. And she grew up early bots of Hollywood. I mean, She's
And
been
kind of a
through
child.
it. She's been through it. We were, like, lucky. We say this all the time. Her best friend says this, and it fucking kills me. We always laugh that she is so good. She's so well-rounded. She's so incredibly intelligent. The way she was, like, raised by One Tree Hill and all these early social stigmas and skinny this and paired against every other girl. I'm like, we always laugh. We're like, no wonder you're not chewing your hair in the corner. Like, it's the truth. Like, we were shitty to all of those women who grew up in that early generation. It's the Paris Hiltons. It's the fucking, like, Lindsay Lohan. No wonder Britney Spears has gone. I mean, we did that to her. We did that.
I just was talking to Raven Simone, who has so much PTSD from that time.
Yes.
Like, it
We
really
were
affects
awful
people.
to those women.
Awful.
And media is still awful. Mm-hmm. It's like 20 years later. So still deals with it. The tabloids, clickbait shit, everything full of just stories that just aren't even true to attack people. I mean, they're awful.
But what's it like for you to be a part of that now? Because you had a certain level of fame before, but this is like very different for people to be in your personal life like this. Do you care or not?
I'm not, like,
you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
No Google alerts.
No. If I've learned anything, the tabloids are an absolute joke.
Yeah.
And they literally will run with anything. And that's how they make money. Like, it's all good. Like, no one cares about this beautiful love story. People want, like, the drama. Like, humans thrive off of the drama. And, like, you know, we're just so desensitized to reality. And we've done it to ourselves.
Is there a part of, like, Hollywood life that is fun, actually? Is there anything
No,
you're
I
enjoying?
hate all the events. I go to all these events, and she loves it.
You really hate all of them? There's some that must be
the
fun.
only part I liked was the Elton John event we went to on Sunday, the Oscars party, when Elton and Chappell Roan started singing, because no one can talk to me, and I can just enjoy the music.
Okay.
Yeah, I just...
Are you an introvert at those things?
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. She goes into these rooms and she's like lighting, yucking it up. I can't even move. She talks to every single human. She has a spiritual gift of something that allows her to do so. She's never met a stranger. And then I'm an empath. Like, I could look at someone for 30 seconds or they make eye contact with me and I'm like, I like take on their emotions weirdly, or I feel their pain, or I feel like I leave those rooms and I'm like, I need to lock myself in a room for 3 days.
It must be hard for you to get into an Uber. You could feel if you feel everything.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your fashion. Because it's really, I was looking at old photos. It's really evolved over the years.
Yeah.
And you seem like such a deeply creative person. Is it an outlet for you?
I love it. Yeah, I totally dress. I whatever I wear is based on how I feel in the moment.
Okay, so talk me through this outfit today. You get up and you're like, what are we feeling?
I just throw on clothes. I don't think, I'll be honest. I think it's not the clothes, it's how you wear them.
Okay.
Like, I'm confident in myself. I know exactly who I am. I don't walk into a room feeling like I'm less than or I don't belong. I'm just me. And I think it's contagious. And I think some people view it as, oh, you have great sense of style. I'm just like, not really. I just like, I have a pair of like, I got these from like the Flea. This is from like an outlet, you know? Like,
No, it is giving though. You give vibes.
Thank you.
You do.
But I just like to express myself. I don't try to fit in. I don't try to like fit the mold. I'm just me.
What's an outfit that feels like home to you?
I love to wear all black. I love all black. I want a pair of
New
boots.
Yorker.
Yeah, I want a pair of like black boots, black pants, a black tank. Keep pushing.
Love it. Okay, so the pod is called Question Everything. So I usually take one topic, break it down. I came up with a bunch of them. Pick one that you feel
Oh my gosh.
like, I actually have talked about I'll give you examples of some, like how we treated women in the early aughts and like how do we feel about it now. Talked about can you separate an artist from their art? Like, is it okay to listen to Kanye West music still?
Yeah.
So it's like a debatable thing.
Which one do you want to unpack?
That's a good question. We could just pick a number too, if you want. Oh, thanks. You can sit if you want. You must be so uncomfortable.
I know, and I'm sorry about that, but I promise I'm.
You're so, as long as you're comfortable.
No, I'm good. I sit all day, so.
Okay.
I don't know. I can unpack anything.
Really?
Totally up to you.
Okay.
You pick.
I'll pick.
Nothing speaks to me like crazy. You tell me what you want to unpack.
Tipping culture.
Let's go.
Okay.
I have a lot to say about this.
You do?
Yeah, because I
Go
played,
off, queen.
I played in Germany. I played in Sweden, and like, you don't tip. You just
Yeah.
pay people what they're worth. No one knows that more than I do. I'm like, why are we paying people so shitty that we have the need in this country to have to tip 20+%? Like, it drives me nuts. I'm like, just pay people what they're worth.
But do you tip differently if somebody is with you and can see, like if you're at the register at a coffee shop and you're alone, will you tip less or more than if somebody is with you watching how much you're
No,
tipping?
I'm consistent. One coffee, I tip $2.
You do.
$2. I'm consistent.
Unless somebody is extra nice to me, I don't tip on my coffee. Because I'm
No.
like, it's already $7.
No, it's absolutely it's so wonky. The whole it's madness. Everyone's losing their mind, and I also think it's so crazy that just because I decide to order an expensive steak on one plate, I have to pay 20% because the food's expensive. Like, make it make sense. If you would have given me a $10 fucking salad, it's the same damn plate and same energy, and I gotta tip 20% on the price? I hate it. I think it's whack. But we live in America. Everything's ass backwards. I'm not surprised at all. But I always tip 20%.
That's really nice.
Always. And then what's so annoying is I like nice wine.
Oh, do you tip with the alcohol included?
That's my question to you. Because let's say you get a $170 bottle of wine with your steak dinner. Do you tip, half the fucking bill is just they're opening a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Do you tip 20%?
So I used to, and then I was at a restaurant with my parents and they were like, you're not supposed to, you have to take the alcohol off. And I was like, but is that enough for the server? It's very complicated.
It's complicated. What are the rules?
What are the rules?
What
I
are the
wish they were
rules?
streamlined.
I absolutely tip 20% because I'm like, people in this country are so unhinged. I will walk out of there and then all of a sudden they're going to say, Ashlyn Harris is so cheap. She only tipped me $15 on this meal. And then I'll be known forever, for God knows something else I did wrong. It's just,
I was a waitress in college and it was in Chicago. So Scottie Pippen would come in all the time.
God.
And all the waiters were like, I don't want that table. And I was like, why? I want the table. Like, that was so fun. And they were like, oh, no Tippin' Pippen? And I was like,
see? You don't want that kind of reputation.
it's brutal.
You just give them the $15 and keep it pushing.
He always tipped me, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Okay.
sure those dinners were a lot more than $15, but.
I have some rapid fire questions
Yes,
for you.
let's go. I love this.
First of all, favorite bottle of wine, now that I know.
I really like Quintessa. A red bottle of Quintessa is like one of my favorites.
When did you get your first tattoo?
17.
What was it?
I live life large. I got my whole damn side done. It wasn't even like I went little.
Any regrets?
Yeah, I got it in color. It was the last one I ever have in color.
Color fades though, right?
Well, it's on my side, so not really.
Okay. Your most meaningful tattoo?
My most meaningful tattoo is probably this one on my hand. It has my kid's name, and the heart of the family, and the protector in the eye, and then I have the wave for ocean. So that would be my little...
I just noticed all your rings too. They're cute.
Oh, thank you.
Something you've done that's wild in the name of love or friendship?
Wild? I'm always wild. I mean, I can't think of one thing though. I'm so unhinged all the time. I really am.
I need to see this aspect of you because you don't seem unhinged.
Oh, I'm really
You
unhinged.
seem like wise and together and excellent.
No,
Okay.
I let my hair down. I like to have a good time.
Best advice you learned in therapy, or like a phrase that you
Best
think about?
advice in therapy. I don't know what kind of therapy, like, you're getting advice. I do feel like I think the best gift you can give yourself is to, like, work on the things, like, that you want to be better at. I don't necessarily, I think my therapist is so great with me that they help me, like, walk myself into the answer. They don't give it to me.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts. And I'm like, just tell me what to fucking do. I need help. And, like, that's not their job. Their job is to hold me accountable and really let me process and work through it. So I don't know what, like, I don't know what a good advice would be, but in life in general, I definitely think time is the greatest gift you can give to someone. So show up and be present. I think that is something I live by.
What's something every woman should try once?
To be with a woman. We wouldn't have so many unhappy women out there.
There are a lot.
Yeah, my advice is
Do you think people
Go
are holding
explore.
themselves back?
yeah, I think fear is like a big component of that. I think people, and it's not just women, people are so fearful all the time that they really miss out on a lot of things in life. And I think that is one thing I've been lucky enough to just, like, I don't really have much fear. I don't like heights. That's really it. I'm not jumping out of an airplane. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
Will you do like a cliff into the ocean
Absolutely not.
Me neither.
I don't even want to go up and no. I don't even want to look out of the edge.
What is one podcast episode of yours that everyone should start with if they haven't tuned in yet?
Wow. I don't know. I think they all give different insight. I think whether you're a man, woman, however you identify, whatever makes you happy, there's always something there. There's athletes, there's queer people, there's straight people, there's I did the episode with Jillian Turecki about
That was great.
relationship and love, and I did it hasn't come out yet, but I did a really great episode with Billie Jean King. I'm really excited about, because she's just so smart and she's lived such a beautiful life and she's so wise. And then I got to unpack happiness with Dr. Laurie Santos, and I think we all need to unpack happiness and joy right now in a world that feels like it's absolutely on fire. So I think there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's real, and it's honest, and it's raw, and we're not pretending. We're just peeling back the layers and just being. And whatever comes out in that hour, you get. And I think that is the beauty. Nothing's edited. Nothing is pulled out. It's really an open book to deep, thoughtful conversation.
I really liked your episode with Brooke Baldwin.
Yes, she's awesome.
She's awesome.
She is, and she was really honest and raw, which I loved.
Me too. Yeah. Okay, grab that card game.
Oh dear.
Pick whichever card calls to you.
Oh my God. Oh,
Just not the
dear.
red one.
Not the red one?
That's the description card.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done in your car? Weirdest thing. The weirdest thing? I don't know what would be weird. I mean, I've done a lot.
It's a hard one.
I've done a lot in a car, honey. Me and my high school sweetheart, Tyler, back in those straight days.
I was going to say, is Tyler a man or a woman?
Tyler is a man.
Wow.
And we really loved that back seat in high school.
It's the only place to go.
I'm really airing out all my secrets. For me, to think back, it's highly weird.
Really?
That I was having sex with a man. I am gay. I'm like, are you sure? How did no one know?
Did no one know?
I mean, I played it off quite well. I told my dad, and he said, sweetheart, I raised you. We knew.
Really?
Yeah.
May I ask about that?
Yes.
Quick, just time check.
Yes.
So we are at 12:30 almost.
Okay, I'll be done in 2 minutes.
Okay, great.
Thank you. I actually don't know this. Did you have a formal coming out?
Oh, I had boyfriends in college, my little high school sweetheart. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I left all of that and I was like, oh, no wonder I didn't enjoy a minute of it.
Were you nervous at all?
I kissed a girl and I really liked it. I really did. I was like, that's it. Bye. She's on the good side. I'm done. But thank you.
I love this.
I mean, you got to try a little bit of everything, I guess, to really know your flavor. Just wasn't mine.
I feel like the two things that I'm going to take from this episode, besides having a little bit more courage to just be vulnerable,
Yeah.
is that everyone needs to try and kiss a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. I'm taken, but I know a lot of really beautiful single women, so I can help you. You let me know.
Okay, I'm in. And everybody out here, they
Yes.
might call you.
Done. I'm a very good
Love
wing
this.
woman. I am.
I'm not a good wing woman, but I'm a good matchmaker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, my last question for you. A book that you've read that has changed your life, something you think everybody should read.
A book that has changed my life. Yeah, I don't know. I think all of us so many of us women. I really like Glennon's writing. I think she's an incredible writer with an incredible perspective that has influenced and changed
Yeah.
a lot of women's lives. And I think that's a really powerful gift. But I also like the BS of Chelsea Handler. I love Chelsea Handler's writing.
Me too.
I love how you're getting something on two totally different spectrums that are so important, because Chelsea Handler just is so outwardly unhinged and so unapologetic and normalizes what we're all thinking but can't say. I think it's good for us. We need to be more like that. We need to just be more who we want to be and feel really okay with it and not apologize. Everyone's always like, I gotta fit in this box. Well, what is the box? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Be
Well
more
said.
like Chelsea in a world that's unforgiving for women right now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You are so fun.
You're fun. I can't wait to take you out. We're gonna get you kissing some girlies.
Thank you so much.
Your life is gonna really change.
I've
You're
only
welcome.
kissed one girl in high school. I haven't kissed a girl since, so.
Well,
I'm due.
We're friends. We're gonna make that happen. Okay. So everyone, she call.